Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain. I have literally just ended the previous episode. I was about to play for a little while, see what happens, and this event crops up. Now, I've not had this in a while, but there is a small chance, depending on how much how much the chap likes you, and if you've done certain events that have set him off, for your Goldsmith to essentially run off with the goods. Now, often it's really frustrating, and actually my main way of doing this, because you get a right to imprison on anyone doing this, would be to, oh, you've run off with my goods, I invite you back to my court, and because I'm just so awesome, or I have such good relationship stuff, you come back to my court, I instantly imprison you, execute you, and take my goods back, along with my money. Now, what I have not heard of is this. Due to my high intrigue, he will never get away and I murder him. Take that, you treacherous dog. I will have my money. Wait, ceremonial axe? Engraved crown? Okay, well, that's a bit naff. Iron crown of common material. But it's not very good, and I've never had a ceremonial axe before, so they are really crap quality. Well, they're quality 1, but every little helps. I might just give them to my son and try and get another pair if I can afford it later. Yeah. Well, I just don't believe that. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so now what? I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. That's completely thrown me. I really wish they had a better way of listing expenses in this game. Oh, what's this? Conquering lovers and land alike. We expect you to share a business. Focusing on your realm. What? Accept the mission, focus on business. I decline. Thank you. I'm focusing on hunting right now. Actually, does that just keep ticking up and... Oh, we're losing. We're losing badly. That's not good. That's not good at all. How do we even take part in this? I'm gonna have to look it up at some point. I'm really I think I'm really glad they've added this to the game, but it feels like I need to be taking part or doing something, and I don't know what. Oh well, I will catch you in a bit. Okay, two of my wives are pregnant as well. That is good news, as it means I have more kids. I have so many kids, it's very silly. No, I don't want to upgrade that. Anyway. Yes, let's skip for now, and I will figure out what the heck I'm doing. Now, this is something I've been meaning to mention for a while. I've kind of had it bobbing around and I've not really talked about it. One of the things you can do in the Great Trade League, once you've reached my level of traders, you can contact artisans to make things for you depending on what items you have. So you can, and it's really nice, I no longer even have to go into the option anymore. Now the chap's put the tooltip in, which I really appreciate, and on the off chance he's watching, thank you. That it makes things so much easier, and it's really great you've done this, because before I used to spend so much time just constantly clicking on that and scrolling through the options. Now, converting stone to gold ingots is a little unusual, but if you've managed to get like a business that's giving you like 3 or 4 of these items, it's a very good way of converting to something more valuable. I mean, 4 grain for a bag of meat, a stack of wool cloths and a bundle of hides, basically sheep, is quite good. But I'll be honest, you know, the one that I would say is the best one you can do is the gold to gems, which makes jewelry boxes. Then you combine the gold for jewelry to make wearable jewelry, and you can make some very good items. Also, gold to silver makes a wearable crown, so you don't have to my issue with some idiot stealing my crown jewels after I pay him 500 gold to make them. Now, the other thing you can get is the hide and lumber, making 2 crates of musical instruments, because they're very good as well. There's lots of really nice combinations. I've been thinking I might go for the steel and hide in the future, because wearable armor's pretty damn good. I mean, it's almost a random quality as well, because I have had quality free items when I used to do this. Now, I don't know if that's been, like, reduced, but oh yes, I was giving my crown and axe to my son, building up his prestige a bit more, and hopefully his piety as well. Because, again, it works a lot better for him than it does for me, because it's so low. Alright. Oh, I will buy her something nice. Or alternatively... Gain paranoid, loses a trait gluttonous. I would like her to lose gluttonous, actually. I don't think gluttonous has any positives. Other than... No. Yes, that's good. I'd forgotten I'd actually made her my apprentice trader. She might actually have decent stewardship by the end of this. I'm going to go spend time with my wife. I'm going to save money. I've not gained kind. Good. I'm playing like a man who is very kind to his family, but like hideously cruel to his enemies. Okay. Losing that. Now, just double check I'm actually recording. When we owned... Oh, gosh. It's prestige. Use assets. Use gold. Now, if I use assets, that does nobble me a bit. So, I'm going to use gold. Large contribution. I can support that. And Harvest Festival, local tax modifier goes up. Yes, I gained a lot of gold by just pouring, like, most of my spare items into this. So, yeah, my monthly balance is huge now, because my taxes have just basically realised. Okay, that was a little random. I'm guessing this is one of the events from the events mod I've got on. My ear was feeling very uncomfortable this morning. While cleaning my ear with an ear pick, I managed to extract a gigantic piece of earwax from inside. One that was the size of a fingernail, it seemed. I gain a prestige. How wonderful. And... my acquaintance... who are you? Why do I know you? Why do I care? All these questions and more will not be answered in the future. Oh well. Interesting times indeed. A little bit to break the status quo. News from China. The status quo in China is over. China has recently suffered from droughts and its people are starving as a great famine upsets the harmony in divine land. The caravans and ships of the Silk Road have virtually ceased and the great Chinese artisans are simply trying to survive. China will not be able to assist its tributary states. Now, I wonder... I can send relief? Interesting. What does that entail? Levy reinforcement rate goes down, national tax goes down, 500 goes for the empire. It's for 10 years. Considering the amount of tax bonuses I have, I can probably get away with that. So... I really wish I'd had more reason to like this guy. I'm still annoyed with the kowtowing. Could ask for a boon at this, right? I could get an Imperial Mount. That's a lot of prestige. Honor guards are actually pretty awesome. And Chinese princesses tend to actually be very good. The Master Engineer, improve your device with powerful province bonuses. That's often quite nice. Scholar Bureaucrat. Reduce build time and build costs. Strategists are amazing because they just keep teaching your guys all kinds of tactics, which, yeah. All the commander tactics from China are broken. The siege speed thing and the siege engineers are kind of broken. They're kind of just like commanders though, and a Chinese artifacts I kind of really like. You know, I'm going to go for the artifacts at this point rather than people. I already have too many people in my court. It better be a decent one. What did I get? Oh, the Serpent Spear. That's kind of cool. That's an actual weapon. I'm not used to receiving weapons rather than artifacts. Okay. Quality 2, so it's not the best one to have, but heavy foot troops improve, mounted troops improves quite a lot, pikemen improve quite a bit, prestige goes up, martial, and personal combat skill. Well, it's unusual. It is certainly unusual. I was about to make myself a weapon, so that's a bit annoying, but, you know, I can't complain. I really, you know, I got something out of it. Oh, you git! Beat it out of her. Actually, better intrigue, but that's actually... Sure, she was suffering life. What the hell is wrong with my character? Okay, so you're trying to cause a perhaps a rebellion, like an idiot. Holy crap, she is amazing. Who are you people though? That's the only thing I've got to ask. Still, that's pretty damn good. She is a decent all-rounder. She has very nice traits. If I've just assumed her base stats are awful. Yeah, base 8 for stewardship. That's pretty good actually. Base 7, base 2, base 3. Well, he's got base 5. But they'll even themselves. They'll even each other out, I think. Oh, he lost a chunk of prestige for that. Oh well. Well, he'll build it up. Yeah, respect goes down because he's got no prestige. Ah. Oh well. Don't get frustrated. Do not get frustrated by the fact it did not tell you he'd lose prestige. Once more interesting times. It looks like my wife just celebrated the festival, and she decided to sacrifice her sister to the ancestors, which is now given her the Kinslayer traits. Great. You think that would actually be kind of both scary and cool? Because it's like, oh, you're willing to sacrifice one of your own kin to your ancestors. You'd think it'd give her a lot of kudos. But yeah, this has just made it so rebellion seems incredibly likely. The war was over before my troops even got there, so woo. So let's have a look at the court now. So, of course, her son loves her. I'm alright with her. And everyone else is on the verge of trying to rebel. Again. That will just break the kingdom into 100 pieces. Do not go for independence, sir, because I will beat you down. That would actually probably be quite good, because one kid would be king, and the rest would be dukes, or at least chunks of land. What else? Oh yes, my caravans came back, and what caravans do is you send them off to various regions that have trade goods going on. For example, when you use a trade good in your area, you get one of these bonuses. You can send a caravan off to somewhere with these bonuses, as long as no other caravans have gone there, and on their return they have a chance, they bring back some of those trade goods and you can purchase them off them. It's almost like a way of going to the market without needing to go to the market. You also get a bit of gold as well, which is nice. Stalls, on the other hand, you put it in there, and every time you use one of these you get more stuff, so that's quite handy. There was more for the trade war that is slowly moving back up into our favour, though I feel like the rest of the Great Trade League aren't pulling their weight out, to be honest. My kids are doing alright. Wait a second. Fair mounts. Oh, cool. I was wondering where that mod was. I just couldn't find where the modification for it is. That's just getting stupidly full. A lot of it is the garden and the tower and all that lot. Which is no, those never go down. So that's fair. What else has occurred? Well, most of my court seems to like me, mostly because I've been giving away my rubbish kids to them to teach. So they're like, "Ooh, you're giving me the guardianship of your child. You must really like me." It's like, no, I just really don't like the kid. I'm going to remember to actually go on a great hunt for once. Oh, and this was the other big thing. Here's the backstabbings finally started. Now, they want to seize the trade post off me. They've got no chance whatsoever. No one's joined the plot yet. However, nice little thing I can do now with this jackass. I could ask him to end the plot nicely, or I've got a 98% chance to chance of success to imprison him. And because he's a leader of a plot, guess what? No one cares. You're a traitorous dog. Into the oubliette with you. Down you go. Well, you're certainly not having any more children. She's a bit too old. He's soon to be dead. His son may inherit? Oh, his son's married as well. To a lustful lady, because I organised that marriage, but in a few years she's going to be past childbearing age. I also kicked them out of our court, so it may take a while. I could try and kill off the rest of the girls, but honestly, I see no point in this. They're not good enough to invite back, and I don't want to inadvertently give them prestige by marrying them off, so they're good where they are. And I'm further causing potential successor problems in the future by sleeping around. Oh yes, I've also made my son the cartographer, which is another thing for the Trade League. It doesn't really do much right now, and his stewardship's awful, so it doesn't really matter. But it's going to give him prestige and money, so woo. Oh, wait a sec. In your dreams, you find yourself a soldier in a world torn asunder. Ash and smoke fill the skies. You stand in a muddy trench, wearing outlandishly shaped long robes. You glance around and see other men dressed the same way. Concluded this is a uniform of some sort. Nearby you hear loud noises. It sounds as if thousands of buildings were collapsing. Cover your ears and close your eyes. Am I having dreams of, like, World War I or something? Yes, I am! No man's land. Fearful, you glance over the trench. You see nothing but black and mud at first. On the ground, from one end of the horizon to the other, are stone-cold corpses with open eyes and still bleeding wounds. Suddenly, another loud crash, this one closer. As men around you begin to shout words you don't know, you see other soldiers grasping their weapons, which are strange hollow spears with crooked handles. You do understand, despite your terrified state, that you have to go over the muddy trench you're currently in and charge at some enemy on the other side. You grasp your hollow spear and follow the others over the trench. Wait, what was that? Ah! World at war. You scream as you see metallic horses and birds the size of horses swoop around you, while loud explosions and rock everywhere. Men fall down like paper burned by a never-ending inferno from flying pebbles that tear them to pieces. Others are blown to pieces as thunder strikes seemingly arbitrary places on the ground. This is the future humanity, you realise. There is no future, no hope. This is the war to end all wars. That war that shall end in apocalypse of fire and hatred. You wake up sweating. Was that a vision of the future? Surely not. But if it was, how much longer until your descendants witness such horrors? A century from now on? 2 centuries? 10? Oh, that's a horrific one to get. Oh, that I like the random events, but this is like a horrible one. It's a shame because I've got such I've got a decent martial score. It'd be nice if you could have actually influenced a dream. Okay, I don't seem to have gained any of the negative traits, but I have got a minus to my combat score for 5 years. Ugh. And also my martial goes down slightly, and my health goes down slightly. I finish it alone with my spear. Hopefully I'm not wounded now from that. Nope. Unusual. Highly unusual. I've completely been distracted by what I was doing. Oh yes, I was talking about, like, various things. But yes, I've got a lot of trade goods now, not just from my caravans returning, but several of the businesses I gave money to, they've now come back. This is built. I've got enough money to increase it. Now, it is actually better to do the enclave. The trade value doesn't really stack that well. And it's not really explained what you get for your money. I'm still learning some of this myself, and it is a little bit of a pain. Wow, the drought is a really bad negative. It's just killing them. Alright. What to do next? That is often the question, isn't it?